my own team at MMAH, including past president of AMO, the Honourable Graydon Smith, great guy, great assistant, great wingman, parliamentary assistants Laura Smith, Matt Ray, and Brian Saunderson. As well, I want to give thanks to Minister Martha Greenberg and her MMAH team for all their committed service to all of us every day here in this room. Give everyone a great big round of applause. Like the Premier said yesterday, I want to acknowledge and applaud all the frontline responders who have been dealing with the unprecedented fires and flooding we've experienced this summer. It has been a challenging time indeed. Despite living through a period of significant uncertainty, Ontario continues to attract people and investment from around the world. Opportunities are coming our way. They are coming to Northern Ontario thanks to the return of the Northlander. We continue to build roads to the Ring of Fire. We are powering the future through new nuclear power, including small modular reactors. We are connecting all corners of Ontario through an ambitious plan for highways and public transit. And all the while, we are attracting massive international investments that will sustain thousands of jobs, good-paying jobs, for the years ahead. When our economy grows, Ontarians prosper. It means after graduation, a student can secure meaningful employment and afford to move out of their parents' basement. It means seniors can afford to continue in the community they call home. It means a family can finally afford their very first home, and it means farm families and agribusinesses can afford to do what they do best, and that is feed a growing province. Looking back on the past year, our government has clearly had an ambitious agenda with ambitious priorities, and we have been laser-focused on reducing the time and cost of building housing, supporting safer communities, updating regional governance, creating a standard municipal code of conduct, and importantly, delivering needed support for our most vulnerable. We heard that today. We know homelessness is a critical concern in every corner of the province. It is also a chronic and persistent issue across Canada. This truly is a national challenge with no easy solutions. However, more can be done and more will be done. To drive lasting, meaningful change, we need the federal government at the table working in unison, working with all of us, provinces and territories. For the next 2 years, as co-chair of the Federal Provincial Territorial Housing Forum, I am committed to facilitating, with your help and advocacy, and I know you will be there, a new national housing strategy, for sure. Remember, always remember this, Ontario represents over half of Canada's community housing stock. Our voice matters. Now is the time for national leadership, shared responsibility, and a coordinated action, not one-off deals. I am confident we will succeed with your support. Similarly, we are tackling affordability challenges. Owning your own home is still a quintessential Canadian dream. As such, with our recent successes, it still takes too long and costs too much to build housing in Ontario. Premier Ford and our government know that is unacceptable. And that is why we are streamlining official plans, site plan control, and the building code. And that is why we temporarily eliminated the full HST on new home sales. These policy reforms are absolutely driving measurable success and results. Now let me share some good news. Overall, housing starts are up compared to last year. We were dormant. It was down. It was tough. Driven by the HST rebate, new home sales rose 130% year over year in the second quarter of this year, and purpose-built rental construction also continues at historic pace and is on track to set yet another record this year. That means rents are coming down. Well done. These are not numbers, just numbers on a spreadsheet. They represent lives. They represent livelihoods, well over 100,000 jobs to be precise. And speaking of job creation, as the Premier highlighted just the other day, Ontario is leading the country in job creation, adding approximately 119,000 jobs over the 4 months past. This represents over 70% of all jobs created in Canada right here in good old Ontario. Well done all. So thank you to all the municipal leaders here today and throughout the province who created the conditions, again, created those conditions that help secure key investments in your communities. Again, when Ontario grows and our economy grows, Ontarians prosper. Building on these successes, we launched the Development Charge Reduction Program just a few short months ago, an initiative made possible through the Canada-Ontario Partnership to Build. We know there is an insatiable need for infrastructure investment throughout Ontario. And that is why, understandably, in the past, many municipalities have levied development charges. We understand that. However, we need to follow a different path moving forward. Now is the time to be bold, now is the time to act, and now is the time to introduce a sustainable financing initiative that does not require the burden of development charges. After all, we always have to remember there is only one taxpayer. And while the Development Charge Reduction Program is an important funding stream, it will not be around forever. That is why we are advancing an innovative way to get infrastructure built. Public water utilities, as they will be known, will increase project feasibility by reducing upfront costs currently paid for by new homeowners. The first utility we're standing up is in Peel Region. Many others, I might add, and we heard it throughout the delegations today, yesterday, and probably tomorrow morning for those of us who have delegations, many others in this province are actively pursuing this initiative. When fully implemented, this new model will be the most transformative investment tool for municipal water infrastructure in over a century. Advancing well-financed utilities for water and wastewater is good public policy and makes good old-fashioned, logical, common sense. The old way isn't working, my friends. Growth no longer pays for growth. It's time for change, and this is what we're going to do. Just 2 days ago, you will be aware of an announcement our government made to complement the Development Charge Reduction Program. We heard favorable response the last few days. When we made the initial announcement for the DRCP, we promised that all of Ontario municipalities would have the ability to benefit from the Partnership to Build. And this past Sunday, I stood beside Minister McCarthy as we delivered on that promise. A promise made, a promise kept. We know this will offer critical new infrastructure funding support for municipalities that do not levy DCs. Well done. Your voice was heard loud and clear. Amo, Roma, everyone, thank you for your input. And now I'll speak to an important subject that I know everyone was happy to see cross the finish line: the delivery of Ontario's first province-wide Code of Conduct. I am happy to say that later today, consultations are officially opening on the details. I encourage you to make your voice heard. We believe, as I know you do, that municipal leaders should spend their time debating the issues of the day without fear of harassment. You deserve clear rules, consistent expectations from a unified code of conduct. This milestone is being made possible, again, in no small part due to your advocacy, so thank you very much. Before inviting my cabinet colleagues to the Ministers' Forum, for those of you who are not running again, thank you for your service. Well done. To those of you who are once more putting your name on the ballot or doing so for the very first time, all the very best this fall. As you know, public service is not for the faint of heart. In particularly, I want to personally thank Robin Jones for her, where are you, Rob? There you are, remarkable legacy as your AMO president and mayor of Westport. I have to tell you, when I first got this job, well, I met her before, but I mean, you've been a great friend, a great advocate, a mentor for sure. We've hashed a lot of things out, but you know, we've got a lot done, so give her a great big round of applause. She deserves it. As I conclude, I want to recognize a councillor many of you may have heard of. Dave Bouchy from Sarnia is celebrating an incredible 50 years of public service as a councillor. 50 years. Now, He's not here in person today, and he'll be entering that new chapter of life. I can't imagine him retiring, but that's apparently what's on the docket. So whether you're establishing, or whether you're celebrating, I should say, 50 years or one term in local government, your service to Ontario matters. So strong communities are built by leaders like you, builders, first responders, and neighbors. They are built by the people who choose to serve. They are built by communities that choose to lead, and they are built by governments that deliver results. All the very best to you and your families in the year ahead. Thank you for your time and attention. I'll now invite my cabinet colleagues up for the Ministers' Forum. Have a great day. We look forward to the Bear Pit. Here we go.